Hey everyone, welcome to Currency Revalue, where we track the whispers, leaks, and late-night chatter that just might reshape the world of money as we know it. Tonight, we've got something unusual, not the explosion of news many were hoping for, but something that in some ways is even more important. Silence, and in this market, silence is never empty, it's pressure. Between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. this morning, I scoured every corner of the dinar world. From Dinar Guru forums to recaps posts, from trading economics projections to Iraq business news reports, from CBI releases to YouTube channels and even the noise on X. What I found was not a sudden revaluation, not a leaked new rate, not even a whisper from the Central Bank of Iraq. Instead, I found an eerie stillness, the kind of stillness before a storm. Now let's start with the hard numbers. According to trading economics, the Iraqi dinar remains pinned to its familiar level, around 1310 IQD per US dollar. That number has barely moved, like a nail hammered into the board of global finance. No sudden spike, no flash crash. On the surface, it's calm. But beneath the surface, the waters are restless. Meanwhile, in the rumor mills, things are as noisy as ever. A video making rounds on YouTube claims the Gazette itself has confirmed a 2025 revaluation, not only of the dinar, but also of the Vietnamese dong. A headline like that will always grab attention, but here's the catch. There's no trace of it in official records. The Central Bank of Iraq hasn't released it. The IMF hasn't acknowledged it. And no respected economic institution is backing it up. In short, it's vapor dressed up as fact. That hasn't stopped the chatter. Members of the Dinar Guru community, over 100,000 strong, spent the night staring at blank screens. Forums that usually light up with 2,000 likes on every new rumor went stone cold, some threads dropping to zero engagement in hours. The silence wasn't just noticeable. It was haunting. Now, let's talk about the streets of Baghdad, where whispers carry more weight than official decrees. Black market traders are reporting exchange rates climbing as high as 1450 IQD per USD. That's a full 140 points above the official 1310. And while the central bank has given no signal that it recognizes those trades, the very existence of that spread is telling. It's the market mocking the official rate, a shadow economy laughing at the carefully polished numbers of the CBI. And yet, if you turn to experts, places like Iraq Business News, you'll hear a different story. Just days ago, they published a piece called IQD Myths and Realities. It laid bare the tension between believers and analysts. On one side, investors who still dream of waking up millionaires if the dinar revalues overnight. On the other side, economists pointing to fundamentals, inflation, oil revenues, and Iraq's dependency on imports. Their verdict: a dramatic RV isn't likely, at least not in the near future. Trading economics agrees. Their models predict the dinar will hover near 1310 through the end of this quarter. Flat, predictable, unchanged. To some, that's stability. To others, it's a slow suffocation. But let's make this real. Picture a trader in Basra holding a thick stack of dinar, hoping that this morning would be the morning. He's heard the gurus, he's read the rumors, he's done the math in his head 1,000 times. If a revaluation hit overnight, his modest savings could suddenly double or triple in purchasing power. His 100 million dinar might unlock opportunities he's never dreamed of. But when he checked his phone today, all he saw was the same number, 1310. Empty promises staring back at him. And what about the state itself? Iraq's foreign reserves stand around $100 billion. If the currency suddenly revalued, that stockpile would, in theory, buy twice as much on international markets. Iraq could import more, build more, pay off more. But without that move, the reserves remain frozen in their current power, locked by the invisible chains of exchange rate policy. This is why silence is deadly. Because it isn't just about money, it's about psychology. Investors, ordinary citizens, speculators, they don't just invest in currency. They invest in belief. And when the Central Bank of Iraq says nothing, no leaks, no memos, no press conferences, it leaves the vacuum wide open. And that's when rumors grow into monsters. The truth is, silence today may be louder than 1,000 headlines. Because every time the CBI chooses not to speak, it feeds the narrative that something is happening behind closed doors. That a deal is being signed, that an adjustment is being plotted, that the curtain is about to rise. Whether it's true or not almost doesn't matter. The lack of clarity becomes the story itself. So here's where we stand. The official rate, about 1310. The black market, noisy at 1450 but without authority. The forums, restless, empty, waiting. The experts, cautious, skeptical. The rumors, unverified but relentless. And if you're listening closely, you can hear the clock ticking. Because every day that passes without a statement adds pressure to the system. Every hour that investors refresh their screens and see nothing builds the tension. And when that tension breaks, whether in a sudden move or a slow adjustment, the impact will be magnified. So remember this. Silence isn't empty, it's pressure. And pressure builds until it finds a release. Stay ready. If Dinar Guru uploads by noon, screenshot it, lock it in. Because until then, the rule of Dinar News today holds. Watch the clock.